Hey everybody, it's Gamer Grants here. Today we're talking about Civ 6. Specifically, we're talking about Gran Colombia, the latest civilization to be revealed in the New Frontier Season Pass. We're going to be quickly watching the reveal video, and then I'll be going through things and try and give my first impressions and analysis as to whether I think the civilization is going to be any good or not. So if that sounds like it's something you might want to watch, then definitely stick around. If you want to get good at Civ 6, subscribe and hit the bell to keep up with this channel. Alright, so I'm going to do this as quickly as I possibly can because, for one, we don't have a whole lot of information to go on. Two, the actual pass is being released in 2 days, so we're going to be able to physically play this. So it's not like we have a whole lot of time to wait before this theory and speculation turns into, well, we've actually played it and know how it's exactly going to go. But three, more importantly, I'm in a bad fucking mood right now. I've already recorded this once, but my new computer's been having sound problems, and so I think I have them taken care of now finally. But yeah, so I've done this all before and I'm in a bad mood. Let's get going on that fun note. Let's jump into the reveal video and see what there is to see.
Simón Bolívar leads Gran Colombia in Sid Meier's Civilization 6. In a series of stunning campaigns, Bolívar liberated much of South America from Spanish control, changing the future of the continent forever. Simón Bolívar's unique ability is Campaña Admirable. When entering a new era, Gran Colombia will automatically earn their unique unit, a great general called a Comandante General. These have a wide range of passive and active effects, like adding combat strength to nearby units, providing instant upgrades, granting additional trade routes, and more. Gran Colombia's unique unit is the Llanero. This musical warrior replaces the cavalry unit and becomes stronger with each adjacent Llanero. If the unit is in range of a Comandante General that activates their special ability, they will regain all lost health. Gran Colombia's unique ability is Ejército Patriota. This grants additional movement to all units. Promoting a unit does not end their turn. Gran Colombia's unique improvement is the Hacienda. It can be built on plains, hills, and grassland, and gives additional production, gold, and housing. Building adjacent plantations or haciendas gives even more food and production. Gran Colombia benefits from its hard-working people. Since all their units receive a boost to movement, this helps them achieve their goals quickly. Settlers will race to grab contested land. Builders will get cities up to speed faster. And when combined with Comandante Generals, military units will blaze through enemy territory. Will you march majestically towards great prosperity? How will you lead Gran Colombia in Sid Meier's Civilization 6?
Okay, here we go. So, like I said, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible and try to limit my rambling compared to how much I normally would talk about something. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is these unique great generals, the Comandante Generals, or whatever they're called. Now, I was originally really excited about it the first time I watched this, and the first time I did this, because I hadn't thought, I thought that they were separate from great generals. I didn't clue into the point where she said it's a unique great or a unique unit which is a great general. Until we physically see this one way or the other, I don't think we can earn great generals as Colombia unless we are getting our age. Like, so I'll be really interested to see whether it's just limited to your ages in general, or whether we automatically get one at the start of every era. However, we can also earn them how we would normally earn great generals. Time will tell, I guess. There's really no way to know it right now, but just from the wording of it, I think that we will not be able to earn great generals and will only be able to get these Comandante Generals, which is okay, I suppose, because we automatically get them, which is nice. But then if we can't earn more from encampments and stuff like that, then I don't know. if 4 or 5 is going to be enough. It's really hard to say at this point whether it'll be that effective. I think what the best strategy that I can think of right now anyways is what you want to do is probably save them all up until you end up getting your Lanero or whatever they're called, the unique cavalry unit here later in the game, and then basically use like however many you have. So if it's an industrial era unit, so what would 4, I guess? You'd have 4 of them saved up, right? Classical. Because you wouldn't get one in the ancient era. Right? Well, technically it's the start of an era, but probably not. I mean, like 99% chance no. So you'd get one classical, medieval, Renaissance, and industrial. So you'd have 4 of them by the time you got there. Well, probably 3 if you're doing good in science, because you'll probably get... See, and that's what I mean. It's hard to say whether it's going to be effective or not, because even on DD difficulty, like in domination games, your science is powerful, so you're getting to the technology of the industrial era before you actually get to the industrial era. You're probably only going to have 2 or 3 of these specific generals by the time you get there, so it won't be that effective. But if you at least save them up, then what you can do is use your Laneros for like this huge push if you use them in conjunction with your generals that you've saved, because you can, with their movement bonuses and everything like that, and then their adjacency bonuses for being next to each other, you can rush in with the special cavalry, attack basically anything. Doesn't matter how weak they get, because then you can just quickly run one of your special generals in there, pop it off, and heal everybody back up. And you can do that for 2 or 3 turns consecutively because of the ability to save them up and then use them to get their health back all the way back to 100%. So what you can do as well is, you have that extra movement bonus. You can run in and attack, and then the following turn, even if you don't recharge on that exact turn, you can then move your units quickly to surround your general, pop him off to heal like 5 of these or 6 of these at once, and then you still have that, because for 1 they're cavalry, but 2 you have your extra movement bonus from the actual civ itself. Then you can re-engage on that turn and then rinse and repeat and do that several times. So it might be worthwhile to do a push. The only thing is that with the nerf to like battering rams and siege towers and all that they don't work with cavalry whatsoever, so you're basically really going to be limited, because at least on DD difficulty anyway, by the time you hit this era, even if you're ahead of the pack technology wise, by the time you get to the industrial era, most, if not all of the DD civilizations will at least have medieval walls, if not Renaissance walls up, and that's basically gonna like nullify any effect your cavalry is going to have on them, unless you're using it in conjunction with like bombards or artillery and stuff like that. And so whether or not these are going to be that great, it's so I mean, the +4 combat strength is very powerful. I assume that it's going to get nerfed, to be completely honest, because back when Gathering Storm first came out, if you remember, the Maori have their like unique swordsman, the Teo or whatever, I think it's called Teo. Anyway, they're unique swordsmen that had +5 combat strength for every adjacent. Well, it wasn't +5 combat strength, sorry. It lowered the combat strength of the other unit. So almost the identical thing, and then they nerf that to you can only like subtract 4 combat strength. So I'm assuming this will probably get nerfed in the near future after this comes out, but time will tell, I suppose. Hey everybody, Gamer Gramps here. I'm quickly interrupting just to say that if you're enjoying the video, please do me a favor and leave a like on it if you haven't already. It does really go a long way towards helping the channel get discovered, and clearly you know it by now. I'm special. I need all the help I can get, right? Anywho, we talked enough about that. Now, their tile improvement here, I think it is pretty nice actually, because it gives you everything you want in a domination game. It gives you extra gold and extra production and then extra housing in order to help you grow your population, and then which will then help you increase your production level so you can get more units out, right? It's not too crazy by any means. However, it does give you +1 housing too, which is nice to, again, to help the city grow. So it's twice as powerful as a farm, because a farm only gives you 0.5 product or 0.5 housing. But yeah, now their special unit here, or special unit, sorry, I'm not even gonna try to fucking pronounce that, but the ability to get +1 movement to all units, and promoting a unit does not end that unit's turn. The +1 movement to all units is freaking just crazy, because I mean, it's gonna be so convenient. Like they said, like with your settlers and your builders and everything like that, especially if you use that in conjunction with like say a monumentality golden age, that's that's just huge to begin with. And then in combat, it's going to be very, very, very powerful. Like, it doesn't sound like that much, like +1 movement, but it really, really is. Like, your tactical advantage as a human playing against a computer is your ability to, like, your cognitive ability to recognize the things that are going on and then to move and micromanage your units accordingly so that you can move and attack and kill things more efficiently. And having an additional movement for every single unit is crazy good. Like, your archers can now move 2 tiles and then still attack. Like, it opens up so many possibilities, and it's not even going to be effective for just against the AI. For people who play multiplayer too, that's a decisive advantage to have over against another person. An added movement to be able to micro that much more efficiently and like win your engagements that's much more decisively. I think that's a very, very powerful ability there, and I honestly can't wait to play with it. Like, believe it or not, I actually don't even like domination games. Like, seriously, of all the different win conditions in Civilization, domination is my least favorite other than diplomatic victory, and it's not even that far above diplomatic victory. Like, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. Like, to me, it feels repetitive, and even though with my own bias about this, I am excited to try them out and see just how effective they are, and try out these Commandante Generals too and see exactly what they give us. Like, we know the one gives +4 combat strength we saw, like to L units in a certain radius when it retires, and then we also saw the other one that when you retire, you get a free trade route and increases your trade route capacity. And then the other one too that they showed it, but they didn't really talk about it. When you retired the Great General, you created a bombard with automatically with 1 promotion. So that's at least 3 of them that we know of. But yeah, anyway, hey, I'm not sure how experienced you are, but if you're new to the channel, I have a series of tip videos that has 5 tips in each video, and they can, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, even advanced players can learn a thing or two, and all 5 tips will help you win your games faster. So if you want, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner of the screen right now. You can pop over and check those out. Other than that though, we've talked enough about this, or at least I have anyway. So what do you think about it? Are you excited for them? Do you think they're powerful? Do you think they're weak? Do you think they're in a good place or they need to be buffed more? Where do you think they're going to fall as far as tier-wise in this grand scheme of civilizations go? Now, they are obviously a one-trick pony. That's definitely the case here. There is no abilities whatsoever that have anything to do with anything else other than domination games. So that's what they're made for, which is just fine as far as I'm concerned. I personally, anyway, really enjoyed all the civilizations they came out with in Gathering Storm. They are not the strongest civilizations in the game by any means. Like, there are some, don't get me wrong, that are powerful. However, a civilization doesn't have to be top tier fucking #1 ranked civilization in the game in order to be fun. And that's what I think they're really coming into stride, because the civilizations are all interesting and they all have their unique elements to play, and it changes the game. And while they might not be the strongest civilization in the game, they don't have to be if they have a unique way to play the game and it changes up things so it's not so boring and fucking repetitive all the time. I think that's just great. With that being said, I've rambled enough. I'm just going to shut up. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, leave a like on the video. It does really help a lot for a small channel like me to get discovered. But other than that, like I said, I've rambled enough. I'm going to shut up, and I'll hopefully just see you in the next video.